It's amazing how the garden transitions with every season, and we're in autumn now, and the signs are there. You can see the sedum autumn joy lining the path, and it's now this soft, lovely pink colour, and it'll transition to a deep red in the coming weeks, and that'll marry up really nicely with the crimson glory vine that's on the veranda. You can see as I move across this side, it's starting to turn. It's that deep reddy crimson colour, and that'll spread right across the front. And then the Manchurian pear that you can see there, the big one on the side of the house, and there's 3 on the front as well, that's going to transition to a lovely yellowy red colour, as well as the Manchurian pears above. So it's such a special time in the garden as all these changes start happening. And the bees are absolutely loving the garden at the moment with all the flowers. They seem to hit up the garden for a couple of weeks en masse, so there are thousands and thousands of bees, and then they just move on, I guess, to their next site. You can also see there, just beyond that patch of sedum autumn joy, is Miscanthus sinensis. So it's got those lovely feathery-like flowers at the top, and that'll turn a wonderful straw colour, which just contrasts really nicely with all the other colours that are going on in the garden. You can see here the aloe, so that's Americana, and that foliage goes really well with the Melianthus major behind, so you can see it. It's got that quite amazing, nearly prehistoric leaves. So I'll get a little bit closer so that you can see. Obviously got the clipped corkscrews there. But as I get a little bit closer here, it's just sort of these jagged leaves. You can just imagine dinosaurs moving through that and chewing on the leaves. It's just really quite amazing. And they send up these tall spiral sort of flowers that even when you dry them out, we've got them inside, they have these little shells of the pods of the seeds, and as they dry they look really, really cool. But then you've got the other greys as well, which this is the Euphorbia wolfeni. It's looking pretty straggly at the moment. I've got some flower heads that I need to sort out. But you can also see here the Echinops. I think this is Ritro or Ritro, and they've nearly past their best. You can actually see this one has got the little petals that poke out. So they start off as a green sphere, and then you can see with this one there's no petals at all on it, and then it just explodes. And I think of it as a bit of the garden's fireworks. Usually in most seasons they come out at New Year's Eve, but this year they were a couple of months late just because of the milder season. That's Wigandia, which is another plant that I think looks quite prehistoric. So the leaves are huge. We've got one plant that's probably 10 metres away from me, a big one, and it just pops up everywhere. And then from there it'll continue to send runners. There's Thorby coming to join me. But just a beautiful, beautiful evening in the garden.